Right, hello to everybody when you get on. I'm just going to install some of the single player sort of mission mods to test out on this. Alright, Hawker Genesis. Alright, Visa. So yeah, I've not been on most of this week streaming, just because I've had, like, I don't know if it's been a chest infection or an acid reflux thing, but I've had, like, a really sore chest with, you know, like, coughing and everything. But I thought I'd play this tonight, because I've been at work this weekend, and that's been really busy, so, let's see what this toy soldier thing is. I assume it just makes the person I've not actually tried it either yet online. I've been just testing out like the editor in there. But yeah, that's going to be annoying if they don't manage to fix whatever the you know, like, problems are with the online. Is it just like randomly kicking people from things? Alright, Brighthole. And alright, Neo Wazulu. So yeah, like I said, at least, even though I'm tired from work, at least, like, now, whatever I've had wrong with my chest seems to be going away, so, you know, I don't, because, like, some of the days I just felt tired and horrible, you know, where it's, like, really sore chest, talking hurt, moving around hurt, you know, that was all pulled and strained, but that's obviously healing up now. And whatever was causing it doesn't seem to be, you know, making me cough and sort of, you know, like, hiccup constantly. That's good, Brighton. I installed that one. Let's just see what this Defend the Castle one is as well. I can get the editor up if people want to see that in a minute. So this is basically, although not all the content's in it yet, this is basically the original Operation Flashpoint being redone. Alright, Rich. Yeah, the thing I found is this actually runs on my PC a hell of a lot better than ARMA 3 does. Like, the fact ARMA 3 doesn't even run well on my 3090 just annoys me. But this actually seems to run really well. So, let's do scenarios, that's where you get those. Right, let's try that assault one, simple single player mission to test editor that I just downloaded from the workshop. Ah, so what, is mine the silicon one and the C is one made from a different type of rubber? Yeah, that's the thing, I can run this on full settings, you know, with a solid 60 FPS. When I'm streaming it, it might not run at 60 FPS, I don't know yet. I didn't think this was going to be plastic soldiers, but maybe that's because that's enabled as well. Let's okay, let's play as a plastic army man then. Yeah, so I've got toy soldiers. I wasn't expecting that, but I suppose that's because I've got that mod enabled. Ah, that's good, Brighton. So yeah, well, they've even made the compass fully green. Alright, Freddy. The watch is going to be a bit hard to read, though. Seeing as it's all green. But yeah, I'll turn the Army Men mod off once this game ends, because obviously it's a bit jarring having this on but with nothing else. So I assume they're going to walk to wherever the objective is. The problem is, obviously, on this one, you have to locate where you are using the compass and everything, so I actually don't know where our objective's going to be, if that's what marks on the map. You know, it's just the main road, is it? That white line running down there. Yeah. So far, hype, there's not much to the single player. And I've not been on recently because I had like a chest infection or whatever it was. There's basically scenarios like this you can install. And again, the army men only look like that because I just installed the mod now and didn't think it would auto-enable, and it did. And what was I going to say? So there's scenarios people can make for it, but so far they've not added a single player campaign, so it's basically just multiplayer or multiplayer with bots. But the editor's all in it. And the BMP, not the BMP, the what's it? BTR is actually amphibious in this, which is cool, so you can get a BTR to go across water. Yeah, cheers. I'm feeling a lot better as of now. I've had a really busy weekend at work. Because on Friday, for the volunteering stuff I do, I called in sick. But this weekend I thought I'd sort of go in. Saturday I felt fairly rough, but, you know, managed the whole day. Today I felt a lot better. But yeah, I'm assuming I either got a chest infection, because quite a lot of people at work seem to have quite a nasty cough. So I don't know if it was related to that, or it was something else. But yeah, this runs a hell of a lot better than ARMA 3. I'd hope so, Rich. I don't think tanks have been added yet. I think the only like armoured vehicle is the BTR 60 or whatever it is. Alright, Byron. I know the song you mean, Rich. I missed that original comment. But yeah, with streaming this and having all the settings maxed out at 4K, it's running at about 50 FPS at the moment, which is pretty good. Still very armourish how they talk. The movement does feel a lot smoother in this compared to ARMA 2 and 3. Again, I didn't play loads of ARMA 3 because of just how badly it would seem to run on all my PCs I tried it on, but I'm looking forward to all the ARMA 2 content being ported into this. Assuming they're by one side of like that barn or whatever it is. Do I have binoculars with this? No. Yeah, all the scopes seem to actually do that correctly, so yeah, that's the cool thing. I think Red Orchestra did that, didn't they, and Rising Storm in all of them. But yeah. No, still not completed Elden Ring. I'm a lot further into it, but I'm at the sort of stage in the game where some of the bosses I've got left to fight are really hard. Therefore, I'm sort of grinding the character a bit more. And last week I didn't really play many video games, just because from Wednesday onwards I felt pretty rough. Right, Peach. So yeah, just for anybody who's just come on, the only reason there's green army men everywhere is because I've got an army man mod on, which I didn't realise I'd put on before the thing. But the Soviets actually get Vostok watches in this, which is a really nice feature. And it's got the Soviet radium compass in that I've got. Alright, Pete, you might be ahead of me in certain places. It's hard to know, because obviously you don't have to do a lot of the bits in the same order. Still haven't seen any enemies yet, assuming that they've rendered properly. Yeah, the rain and everything looks really nice. What the rest of the AI is doing. That goes back to that barn. It's probably a milking shed, isn't it? Right, I'll go look at the chat in a minute. I just don't want to get immediately sniped by a Soviet or a Red Army man, whatever they're going to be. But I don't know where the rest of the units are. Maybe it's just there isn't a wind trigger triggered on this mission. But I haven't even seen any enemies, like even their bodies or whatever. So that's an army man there, isn't it? Oh. That's obviously an enemy one. So what are they wearing? So they're still green, they've just got a different uniform on. They're much harder to see. I do like it's the proper American torch as well, like I've got like the NATO torch over, was the right angle one. The Soviets also get the proper Warsaw Pact torch as well. Well, so they've just got black uniforms on, have they, these guys? For whatever reason in the Army Man thing. Is his AK on the floor somewhere? Oh, I see, I've picked up his Makarov, he didn't have an AK. Or did he? He's got an AK bayonet on him. But... that's annoying hype. It's cool you got one anyway. Right, the game mode, I'm just playing like a map somebody's made, but I've got the Army Man mod enabled, which I'll definitely disable as soon as I finish this mission. Or whatever. But I was just trying out some mods with them. So it seems like the Americans are like modelled as proper Army Men, but it just seems for some reason like the Soviets look a bit naff with this mod. Oh look, because it's not an LED torch. Look, you get how wimpy the actual torch is. So obviously you can have it on as well while it's actually on you there. Is it? Yeah, that's third person. So I don't know if can I rotate the camera with that. Yeah, so you can actually see that that's on and it's a proper direction of light as well, which is quite cool. Again, I know Arma 3 had some of these features, but they're just done a lot better in this. Right, let's go back to first person. I'm going to go to the M16 again. Actually, oh, I don't want the lore out. Well, let's just try it. Right, okay, that's my lore used up. Right. Did any of these Soviets have an AK on them? Oh yeah. Right, let me, I don't think this map probably has a win condition on it, but let's go back to the main menu. I'll turn the Army Med mod off and then we'll just look at some of the game's content. Yeah, I noticed that Bork's on a mission where hopefully they add NVGs in soon, because obviously the US would have had Gen 2 NVGs when this is set. And the Soviets have had Gen 1 Plus, which would be a lot better than using a flashlight. Right, workshop. I want to turn off the Army Men thing, don't I? Let's see what the top, like, popularity mods are from, now. Alright, I'm going to install that just for the sake of playing stuff, at the moment. I know, obviously, playing with a map that shows you everywhere is a bit of a, cheaty thing to do. But, we'll do it for now, just for the stream anyway. Let's turn off the Army Men thing anyway. So I've got go to downloaded mods, I assume. So I want to turn off Toy Soldiers. That's it. Right. So let's just try another quick scenario thing, just so we can play one where there's some scripting, and then I'll show you the that thing, Conflict, which is a bit like a Capture the Island thing. I'll check that in a moment, Hype. You mean like decals, where you shoot the wall and it makes a bullet hole that way? So I don't think Arma 2 had that either, did it? Was there any... Where was the other one that was Castle Defence? Let's just try that one. Hopefully you get lucky and find one, but yeah, some masks can be quite hard to find. Well, it's in early access. I've not had any problems with it so far. As in, I bought it knowing lots of the content was missing, and it certainly runs better than Arma 3 and has technology improvements. I mean, it's basically Operation Flashpoint with not all the content in it yet. So, it's up to you if you think it sucks, but I don't have a problem with it. Ah, you got an FM53, did you, in the end? If you like the FM53, that's great. Like I said, for me, it just seemed a bit overcomplicated when I tried one. Right, I'm going to play as a guy with a scope, just because I want a scope. Right, boy. But yeah, that's the problem if you're in Europe. Some of the US masks will be, like, export banned, or some of them, even if they're not export banned, will be hard to get out of the US. Right, so, let's see where they've spawned us. Oh, I guess I have to click US point right and then deploy. Or is this map broken? Because it's obviously a custom map. Oh, that is a castle there, isn't it? So... I'm assuming this map is broken. Because I'm assuming it would have deployed me already. Yeah, well, that's the thing with ITAR. Even if some of the stuff shouldn't fall under it, I bet a lot of people wouldn't know what does and doesn't and don't want to risk it. Or, you know, you can run into problems with customs as well in a lot of countries where stuff is meant to be totally legal, to like import or whatever, but customs will still say no. Right, annoyingly, I don't think this custom mission works. But again, with some of these, you don't know if they've made them before or after a patch or whatever, and that's caused a problem. So anyway, let's go to the... Yeah, exactly, it's like that sort of thing where even if you find a US seller, they might be like, no, I don't want to send it. Because I've heard people weirdly say, like, you can't export S10s because of stuff like that, and I've never had an issue when I sent an S10 to somebody. You know, and I've known other people that have gotten fine, but I've seen that there's a lot of Americans that have said, like, British sellers just don't want to sell them abroad, because they're worried about, like, an ITAR, like, equivalent thing. Right, I hope the game's not frozen. Maybe this mission's cursed. Oh, I think this has frozen the game. Right. Hopefully the stream won't end. Let me just say wait for the program to respond. No, it's probably... Alright, can you all still hear me? Yes, it's just mostly been... right, I'm just going to restart the game and hopefully the stream doesn't end. Right. ARMA Reforger. Reopen it. Play it anyway. Oh good, it still looks like it's streaming my screen on the Steam desktop thing. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of weird things with ITAR. Right, let's let me just try the what was I going to do? The conflict thing. Oh, yeah, the gorillas in Swiss Alpenflage, which is really cool, because I love Swiss Alpenflage. Yeah, I mean, that would be good if somebody knows what they're doing with all that stuff, but yeah. I've also heard people have had, like, eBay listings pulled and stuff like that for stuff that's technically allowed to be sold through eBay, but it just seems to trigger, you know, some sort of, Right, let's go on the Soviets, just so you can see some of the Soviet equipment. Annoyingly, I don't think I have a, actual thing with a scope for the Soviets. See, when you click deploy, that should just happen. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. Right, okay, so... a cool feature. Look, I've got a Vostok Komandersky wristwatch as the Soviets with 17 dual movement. So, there's that. So, the watch is completely correctly modelled, which I thought was cool. The Soviet compass, look, is the actual Soviet compass. And that's the radium paint on there. And that does glow in the dark, by the way. But I've got one of these and it's definitely radium because it makes a Geiger counter click. So I just thought that's like stuff that's nicely modelled, which is cool. And the flashlight is the actual... oh, I don't want to take my boots off. There we go. The flashlight is the actual Soviet Warsaw Pact style flashlight, because one of my either ionisation or guide counters. There's an ionisation chamber. It was the Polish DO8, came with that in the box. So that was another thing that was, you know, like correctly modelled. I managed to power my one on using a DC voltage thing, but it uses some sort of obsolete battery, but I think it runs about 1.5 volts to 3 volts. It runs at a similar power to like a, you know, D-cell torch. But yeah, I just thought that's another cool thing that's correct. Oh, and the field dressing is the one that the Russian troops were seen to have, like the really old ones. So that looks correct, I guess. Right, anyway, let's try and do an objective. Let's just do Vimpel. I don't even know if that's close or not. If we go to the armory, which should be around somewhere, I'll see if I can pick up a Dragonov or something, so I've actually got a scope, which is helpful. Oh yeah, this one's actually going to be released on consoles as well. So they've optimised it well enough to run on consoles, apparently. Right, well, is there bullet holes? Yes, there is. There you go. There's a bullet decal. Oh, and look, it actually shoots where the barrel is, not the sights, which is good. Yeah, I wonder if this will get modded in at some point. Alright, Bloody Monday, I'm a lot better today. I've had a busy weekend at work, but at least whatever chest problem I seem to have had has cleared up. Right, let me put the rifle zeroing down to 100 meters anyway. But yeah, that's still... yeah, that's actually quite accurate, that it doesn't shoot where the sight is, it shoots in line with the barrel. But yeah, so there's obviously... I think he was saying that he'd like a game like that, but you know, there isn't one at the moment. Yeah, so anyway, like, everything seems modelled pretty well. Yeah, I still don't know if it was an infection or like some sort of horrible acid reflux that wouldn't go away, but I had like hiccups and coughing that lasted for you know, like almost one full day, that made my chest really sore, and then like I kept getting stuff set it off again. But like I said, when I was actually at work this weekend, a load of people at work had coughs or were off with coughs, so it might just have been something that's like actually an infection. But yeah, that was the reason I wasn't on much last week, was just because like the symptoms came in Wednesday, and then you know, felt like shit all of Thursday. You know, didn't do much Friday either. Anyway, let's see if that map mod works. Ah, good, it does. Right, so if I go to that Vimpel place, I can actually see where I am now, because I've got a map marker. That's good. Like, I know you can use your compass and everything, but just for convenience sake. Oh, and all the dashboard seems to be more animated. And there's gear shifting, look. Although it's automatic. I think there's a mod so you can put gear shifting to manual, but I wouldn't want to do that. I do that in my own car. Yeah, I'll definitely be obviously doing more streams this week, both members ones and the regular ones, but yeah, like I said, it's been annoying because I wanted to make content, I just really didn't feel up to doing much. Oop, wasn't looking where I was going. Oh, so there's shooting going on. Is it people that have seen me yet, or is it, yeah, I reckon they've seen me. Yeah, they've seen me. See if I can hit him at this range with the scope. Ah, good. There we go. Ah, that's good, Stoke Jedi. Watch really comfortable. Oh, does have properly modelled vehicle interiors. The only thing that annoys me is the mount is there for it, but the DP3 Rontgenometer isn't in the, what's it, the BTR 60. But it's got the thing for it, so hopefully they do model it in. Like, you know, nearly everything else is in there. But that, like, cause it was in ARMA 2 Operation Arrowhead, the DP3 in the BTR 60, that you could get as, like, the Takistan army. Like, you know, it's meant to be Iraq or whatever. But it's not in this one, but, right, I can at least take their ammo, because, oh, hang on, no. Is that the guys over there? Yeah. Is he dead or is he just going prone? He's going prone. There we go, he's dead now. Oh! I'm getting shot from someone else now. Oh, I'm dead. Right, let's respawn. Yeah, the shooting feels a hell of a lot better than the other ARMA games in this, just as in terms of responsiveness. Those are the neutral ones, hype. So, like, you get in, like, in ARMA 2, it's the guys wearing Flecktarn, and it's, like, the guys that are meant to be, like, the Taliban on the Takistan map. I don't know what they are in ARMA 3, but in this one, it's the, like, local insurgents or whatever, so they attack both the Americans and the, Russian troops. So I think they're green 4 or whatever they are. But yeah, they'll attack you whichever side you're on. Oh yeah, we will be, but the NATO base, if we're here, the Americans are going to be there, look, all the way up there. So, the Americans are on the other side of the map. Oh, I ought to get a vehicle, because it's going to take ages to just run all the way over there. But yeah, in terms of frame rate, that's 60 FPS it's running at the moment. I don't know if you can see my frame rate counter in the top of the video. That'll be in the top right. But yeah, 56, 57, 58. It does seem to run pretty well. And bear in mind, games always seem to lose some frame rate when you actually stream them. Oh, there's a vehicle just sitting in the open. But I'm hoping for this that they start people modding like all of like the 80s British Army, like the East Germans and everything, because that should be pretty easy to do. Because there were mods for that for ARMA 2 and everything, and ARMA 3. So I do actually hope that, you know, we end up getting like pretty much all the sort of 80s Cold War armies in this. I assume there's a horn in this. Right, see you, hype. But yeah, have a good evening. I'm going to go to bed fairly soon, so like I said, I had a busy weekend. But yeah, like I said, this does seem really good so far in terms of attention to detail and just performance. Ah, thank you, yep. I'll alert them that I'm coming. The only thing is the reflections seem quite low res. I thought they looked better than that in ARMA 3. But maybe there was an option I didn't spot for reflections. Right. Don't see anybody else around in an obvious place so far. Oh, is that a weapons cache? I've got a mod that apparently adds the, what's it called, in. So let me take some of these mags as spares. But I'm trying to think of the name of it. The VZ58, the Czech rifle. So I really want to check that out when I spot one of the ammo boxes with it in. Let's go through that house or whatever it is, rather than walking around the open. Oh, I see a couple of guys there. Yep, and they've seen me. Oh, my zeroing's gone all the way up again. That's better, and there's the other one. Right. So much to see out there. Right, let's carry on down the road. Yeah, Book of Eli's alright. It's not a movie that you need to take really seriously. It's not like The Road, but it's just sort of fun about like a blind man or whatever it is that there's like kung fu and knives or whatever it is. Not target that man doesn't sound like a good song. There's another one. No, I want my fire selector back on auto, don't I? Nice. B? So, yeah, there we go. Oh, that sounds a bit heavier. Oh, I see him. Oh, yeah, we got me first. Whether or not it'll bleed out, I don't know. Alright, let's redeploy. That's right, yeah, just like I said with the GP5, don't use the filter it comes with for obvious reasons. Yeah, I want to get the VZ58 that's apparently been modded in Peach, but I think I need to go into like one of those towns where those gorillas are, and like one of them there will have it. Alright, Flazzy, yeah, I was ill for some of this last week, so I didn't do as many streams as I wanted. Basically what happened was on Wednesday I got like a bad cough, like hiccup type thing that didn't stop for hours. And then that like really pulled the muscles in my chest, and then I just felt, you know, like awful for a couple of days. But that seems to be going now, so whatever caused it, whether it's an infection that my immune system's dealt with, or like it was some sort of food poisoning or whatever, I don't know, but it seems to have sorted itself out. So my chest is still a bit sore, but as long as I'm careful that won't be an issue. It's like nowhere near as bad as it was the other day where I couldn't even sleep properly. Right, I'll have those guys shooting at me again in a minute, so I'll be careful about looking at the chat too much. Other than like keeping the rubber in good condition, don't stretch it too much is my only suggestion, but it's hard to know because obviously if it's been kept in bad conditions, like before you got it or whatever, it could be the rubber's just perishing. Right, I'm just going to check that box again, because it did say on the thing that the ammo boxes spawns the VZs, but I think it's just an ammo box, isn't it? Not one that has guns in. I'll grab some spare AK mags anyway. Yeah, they're going up quite a bit. Again, it seems a bit random what is and isn't going up. Like, everything's going up, but like some things like that I buy, I've not noticed a big difference on. But if you're somebody with very little spending money, it's getting worse and worse for people, you know, that like fuel's going up and everything else. So obviously you're losing less of your earnings, if that makes sense, because obviously if it costs more money to drive around, and then it costs more money to buy food and whatever else. But yeah, it's not good here. It gets brought up on the news a lot, but like I said, it's bad. But I don't, because I'm not sort of having to pay. Well, I pay rent. You know, I'm not having to pay like the amount of rent you'd have to pay for actually renting from a landlord. I've obviously not got that money coming out that would then, you know, then have to be spread across food sort of things, if that makes sense. Was this the house I died in before? No, I don't think it was it? Or gunfire. Right, let's get into a building. So at least lowers the chance of being hit quite a bit. Right, let me quickly check the map, seeing as this map actually shows where I am now. So I'm there. I see, so I need to literally get near the far end of the town to get the capture point for it. I mean, in all honesty, it would be something that you can buy which covers everything. You know, like a full CBR and ABEC 2 sort of one. That just has a long shelf life on it. I don't really care about the brand as long as it's sealed well and has a good shelf life, if that makes sense. Oh shit! Ah! Right, I need to use a bandage, don't I now? Right, select bandage 5, apply bandage. Yeah, so again, it's going to affect everything, isn't it, Flazzy? But I think some things are going up more than others. So it's the only thing I've noticed that's really jumped up is like fuel prices. Let's fall back again a bit. See if I can get into this house for cover. Right, so those guys in the field aren't. There we go, right. Again, it's like personal preference, isn't it? If you wanted something that maybe offers a bit less protection or amount of protection time, but, you know, weighs less, then that's your preference. There's always those factors to bear in mind. Assuming it's where that tent is the place I need to camp. Yeah. Do these guys have anything interesting on? One of us an RPG. That might come in handy. I'll take that grenade as well. Yeah, I want that and that other grenade. I don't think they had bandages on them playing those ones. Slow down. Yeah, I saw people talking about that in America, but I did see in America you can buy like a bucket of 1,000 or 2,000 something like 22LR rounds. I was like, wow, that sounds cool, even if it's not the best quality 22LR. You know, the fact you can literally buy a bucket of it, like, you know, a bucket of cement, but a bucket of bullets. That's good stuff, did I thought they said this was coming out on Xbox, or is the modern Xbox not the Xbox one? I don't even know anymore. What's the current Xbox called? I thought they said this was coming out on consoles. That's cool, but yeah, I imagine in the States you can get even, okay, so it's probably on Series X then, isn't it? On like the PS5, rather than the Xbox One. So I assume this is, oh no, the radio tent's going to be on the mast, I assume. That would make sense. That's got a squad radio in, but I don't want one of those. I just want to reconfigure. Yeah, there we go. Re-establish comms of HQ. Well, the RPG, yeah. Yeah, like I said, so it's Series X, thanks for letting me know, everybody, but like I said, I've got a PS5, but like I said, they're probably both fairly equivalent, but...
Всем позывным, это жатва. Наши товарищи захватили передовой пост у точки «Выпил». Воспользуйтесь замешательством врага и переходите в наступление. Конец связи.
So let's test out an RPG 7. I wonder if it can blow the doors off that building. Oh crap, 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 crap. Hang on, we've got a live target for it. Where is he? I can see his tracer rounds. Right, by that house there, okay. I suppose if these are heat warheads, they're not going to do loads, are they, to, Oh, he got me. Right, can I respawn, though, at the other place now? That would be useful. No, I have to build something there first, okay. I'm not playing a mod at the moment, David. This is a new ARMA game. As in, I don't think it's going to be properly ARMA 4. Maybe it's only on the Xbox, but they definitely said this is going to come out on consoles, even if it's not out already on the consoles. If it hit the side armour of a T-72, or like the rear of the turret, or the rear engine block, yeah, destroy absolutely fine. Most, like, tanks, unless, you know, they're hitting the front armour, don't do very well against, you know, like infantry-fired rockets. And obviously, newer ones have even better penetration. But really, the only advantage something like an NMOR has over an RPG is just, like, the way it guides in. But an actual like RPG is still absolutely fine if it hits something. What is that more? There we go. Right, let's get that guy that killed me, and then we'll see about what was in that town. Again, reflections look weirdly low res to me, but maybe there's something in the options I've not spotted, because they look so low res compared to everything else. It definitely runs better than ARMA 3, because I can't even run ARMA 3 properly on my system, which means there's something wrong with it. But obviously at the moment it's early access, and a lot of the content hasn't been put in the game yet. So unless you're willing to wait for it, you know, or play with mods that are already being made by people, it's not going to feel very complete at the moment. I assume it's probably this house I was being shot at. Maybe that AI guy's wandered off. And I can even go in the little shed. Right, it's pointless maybe. Oh, he's over there, look. Oh crap, he's already got a good focus on. Right, get the bandage out again. Yeah, nowhere near getting ready to do it at the moment, Stoic Jedi, I'm afraid. I think they're cool snoz, but yeah, I think with the current petrol prices and everything else like that, I wouldn't want a vintage vehicle that drinks up more fuel than the modern engine. Yeah, there'd definitely be mods added for like gas masks and that, I imagine, because there were for ARMA 3. Right, let's see if there's anything useful in this camp. So what do they have, like an RPK? Anyway, let's see if there's an ammo crate here, because I want to see if that VZ58 is in the game that the mod said it added. I don't want a radio. That says ammunition though. Maybe it's just a radio thing. So I'll look at this one. And that was a crate that had like the longer range radio in. Is that a whittling thing? Or some sort of food? Let's have a look at that other tent. But yeah, like I said, it's not the fact I don't want to do that video for you, Stoic Jedi, it's just at the moment I'm still really behind on stuff I've got to actually like do proper reviews on and that. So that's just got like my gear in it, is it that great? Essentially, yeah. I want to find that crate with the VZ58 in. I know I could open the editor and spawn one in, but I was just hoping I could actually find one laying about somewhere. I'm not going to stay in this mode for long, and I'm not going to be on the stream all that much longer, so we'll just go into
Всем позывные. Это жатва. Наши товарищи прибыли на точку Ёлка. Они присоединяются к
this mode's a lot more fun when you play it with players, because the AI at the moment doesn't really seem to try and take much ground, so it seems like you're the only one, you know, although they try and defend the villages. I assume the Americans don't push out. So I want to go to play, don't I, and Game Master, which is the editor. But yeah, just keep reminding me though, Stoic, when I am on streams, because that means that when I've actually got time when I can think, oh, what can I film this week, rather than what do I need to get round to filming that, you know, like is it products I've been sent, you know, that sort of stuff. Hopefully I'll get round to it. So I want to do, I guess, object, do I? Is that how you place ammunition down? Oh, we can click that to get modded content on. Right. I guess it'd be faction FIA, wouldn't it? So let's turn off character and object, maybe. Or with mods on, does it only show you modded stuff? Yeah, okay. So I guess it'll be Arsenal box. Let's try placing down an Arsenal box. Right, now let's place, just so people can see some of the stuff, like the modelled vehicles, let's place a, we'll place a Humvee down with a machine gun on it. And also a BTR. Oh, it's a BTR 70, not a BTR 60, sorry. There's that one. Alright, Regiv. Yeah, I'm back on now. As in, like, I had a couple of days where I was ill last week with, like, a cough that, you know, ended up causing me quite a lot of chest pain. I thankfully don't think it fractured a rib, because I know people that have done that with, like, coughs, but, you know, like, where it was enough that, like, one night I couldn't sleep, and then the next day, you know, I had, like, horrible chest pain all day. Anyway, I want to do, is it characters now? Place entities? I'll create player is what I want to do. Right, so let's create player. And I'll just do a standard rifleman for my guy. Right, okay, let's just see if the is this the right type of crate? Ah, yes it is, look, VZ58, there we go. So let's take that and some VZ58 mags. Get some tracer ones, why not? No, it's the scoped M16's modded, but I just thought that'd be more convenient for playing about. Yeah, it's been really warm recently, Stoke Jedi, but that might mean we get thunderstorms again. But yeah, to show you the like vehicle interiors, which are really nice in this. So that's the thing that disappoints me. Look, that's the wrong ganometer mount, and it's not on it. But other than that, so it's all really nicely modelled vehicles. Oh yeah, I need to hold down that longer, don't I, to get the engine to start, because you have to do all the start-up things. Oh, that's cool, Blitz. I've not tried that yet, but I will do it at some point. Like I said, that's probably more important for the online than just playing about in the single player. But this is actually amphibious in this game, which is nice. So let's go down to the water. The only thing is the water does become visible inside the BTR, which it shouldn't. But the BTR does actually swim, so let's go back to the proper driving mode of this. Just follow this down to the shoreline. Just let it run down the hill without accelerating, because it'll probably start going quite quickly in a minute. Right, let's try taking this for a swim. Because unlike the older ARMA games, amphibious vehicles are actually amphibious. Right, probably not wide enough gap between those trees. Oh, it's a little dirt road here. No, because you'd have to spawn them in. But you can obviously have the crew members all in there. Because I'm also an American looker rather than actually being a Rusky at the moment. Right. Oh, that wasn't meant to happen. I think I've sunk my BTR unless it levels itself out. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help when you go like nose first into the water like that. Obviously, the problem is when you're in the water as well, your thing goes to the waves. Alright, see you, Stoic. Okay, Blitz, I haven't actually tested it yet, but I assume that will obviously be fixed later into development. That'll actually explain why the AI doesn't attack things properly in that mode. Anyway, let's drive this back to shore. I want to get out the gunner's seat, don't I? So again, there shouldn't be a water actually in the BTR, but at least it is actually amphibious in this, unlike the other ARMA games. Can it reverse at all in water, or not? No, not really. Okay, so I have to just turn it around. Oh, what, the physics don't just knock you horribly out of course, yeah. Again, this game looks really nice in terms of visuals. Right, Dan? Yeah, let's see if I can get up here. Or is I think there's not enough traction on the front wheels. Yeah, probably need a shallower landing spot, I think. Oh, it's reversing now. Okay. The same for that big rock there. I've already explained this several times, Nikolai, because a batch of FP5 filters did fit crossfits on previous videos. No, Blitz, what does that do? Like, mean different soldiers move slightly faster than others and are slightly taller or shorter than others? Because basically, if you want the quick explanation, P5 filters are the DOST ones, but there's definitely FP5 filters that are probably P5 filters, but they say FP5 on them. So if you get one of those, it is literally a DOST filter. Sense. Right, anyway, should we check out that VZ? So yeah, it looks like a VZ58. Yeah, VZ's really cool. Let's try that. So you can use mouse wheel to change from a run, walk, and control. Control mouse wheel to duck and down slightly. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So let's go into third person. Ah yeah, so that changes your speed slightly, yeah. I see what you mean. And then, ah yeah, ah that's cool. Thank you, yep. Yeah, it's hard to see in first person, but yeah, you're right. Can I edit my crouch height once I'm crouched? Not really. Ah, that's a good point, Blitz. Yeah, so the antenna isn't visible over like a ridge or whatever. Let's just try one of those custom maps somebody did again. If it crashes the game, I'll just end the stream there. Actually, I'll go on Workshop, see if I can just sort them by scenarios. Just want to see if we can get any of these, just have a quick test of them. What's this siege run then? Survive the enemy onslaught as Russian combats. Yep. Yeah, I suppose once you get used to navigating with the compass, map and waypoint, it's quite good, because it's the map from ARMA 1, isn't it, Everon? But, as in Operation Flashpoint, the original one, Cold War Crisis. But yeah, it's still, unless you're really familiar with the map, you're not going to know where you are based on like the locations. Like in some of the places in ARMA 2, I will actually know without looking at the map where I am. But until you get good at the game, you're not going to do that. Yeah, like I said, I've already found a mod though for single player that lets you put a map on. Alright, let's use a scope because it makes it easier. Right, deploy. So is this the one we had to defend against hordes of Russians? Where are they? I hear gunshots. Oh, they're quite far off at the moment. So I might as well let them come a bit closer and waste their ammo. Yeah, I'm assuming that probably will change, and like I said, with mods, like with this one, look, you can already just see where you are, so a server could just run that mod if it wanted to, I guess. I really like the sound so far. I've not noticed anything that's obviously crap, because I know there will be placeholder sounds, but it definitely sounds, you know, compared to ARMA 2 sounds, like I said, I didn't play loads of ARMA 3, but compared to ARMA 2, the sort of, that sounds a lot better. I wonder if I shoot that if rain is Oh, it does. That's cool. Yeah, oh, look, there's the Ruskies. Let's try that crouch thing. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I'm assuming they're going to keep shooting at my last known location, aren't they? So. Oh. I got it first. Oh, there's another one. Now, let's try that again quickly. Because it looks like you probably can just lure them into the upstairs and shoot them there. Right. Is there a quick restart option? Or... No, I just want to restart the mission. Okay, let's exit and redo it that way. Oh yeah, because I think, yeah, if you're right, in Arma 2, unless you like spawn them in the editor in buildings, they don't seem to ever really go in, do they? Or they'll like really struggle with them. So they're always being like the roads walking around buildings rather than actually... Oh, I didn't pick the guy with the scope. Oh well. Yeah, I really didn't want the iron sight M16, okay. Was there an ammo crate inside here? Upstairs. It's got grenades in it. Yeah, I've got 14 grenades now. That's just regular ammunition. Grab some 16 mags. Let's get some tracers just so it looks good. Unless one of these does have guns in it. Yeah, so that's the different pack right there. Oh, can they actually see me from there, or is that the AI being a bit bullshit? Just seeing if that actually changes his webbing if I do that, or am I just putting the webbing inside the other webbing? Oh yeah, that does change the webbing, cool. I don't have all my grenades on me now. Still don't. Okay, never mind. The Ruskies will be coming soon, so I can't stick about. Alright, so... Oh, hang on. I can hear the Russians. I can hear them walking about. Be sneaky, grab a grenade. No, I don't want that. Grenade on its own thing, are you? Now I'm sure they know where I am now. Yeah, that's a good point, Blitz, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I just have to experiment with a lot of this while I'm not having enemies try and shoot at me. Where have the Russians gone? They've opened the doors, so they've obviously walked through the house. They must be looting the washing machine. Oh, there they are. Oh, there's quite a few of them. See if I can use my bandage before I die. Oh crap. No, I don't have a pistol on me. No. Oh no. Oh, shall I try one more time? Because it would have helped if I had had the one with the thing. It's a shame we can't just seem to restart this on the thing without quitting and going back. But yeah. Where are your washing machines? Oh, right, so I can use middle mouse to melee, thank you. Right, so the horn button is also the melee button. But yeah, I might grab the machine gun loadout for this, actually, if I'm going to lure them into the house, because it seems like it's going to be quite hard to engage them when they're in the field and it's like rainy and low visibility outside. And I'll grab a pistol from a crate if there was one. I guess you could play this co-op with people as well, actually, this mission. Right. So yeah, let's do USMG, so I've got an M60. Yeah, you can do Sky Viper. If I'm able to answer it, I will do for you. Let's go down so they can't see me from the window. Right, let's get some grenades. Oh, there's a pack of them in there. No, they're already shooting me. Oh good, I've got a pistol on me already. So, that's the pistol mags. And is that the MG bouts? Yeah. Oh no, that's for the M249, that's M60, so that's that one. That one. I guess. Yeah. Right, there's the washing machine that I must defend with my life. I don't know the Model 107C. Do you know which company makes it? Because it might be that you can fit another Geiger tube in that's a similar voltage and it would work accurately enough, because you can do that with quite a few Geigers. Because most of them just basically work on a positive and negative connection. Some of it ground as well. No, that's a bit disappointing. Oh, they do go through the door, though. Oh, no. This is like Commando now. Oh, his body's blocking the door. If it's a really old one, you might struggle. What I'll have to do is, I'm just going to screenshot your comment now, and then what I'll do during the week is I'll see if I can find anything about it, because then I might be able to find out the voltage of the tube and everything. There's a mod that has blood effects blitz, I saw, but I haven't tried it yet. Oh, an RPK. Let's see if I can, how well I can bounce grenades off walls. I thought I picked up some grenades. Oh, I guess because they're not in my active thing. Right. Let's just try the pistol a minute. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. No, they're bots. You can play with real players online. Right, thank you for that. So drag them to the keys in the bottom left. So, oh, I see. Yeah. Thank you. Will they come again? Maybe. Let's try this incredibly realistic simulation of bouncing a grenade. Which is a really dumb idea. Oh, there's a bathtub. Oh, there's a bathtub, but never mind. At least it looked like shrapnel came out of that, actually. Right. If I've got no more replacement belts for the M60, I'll just dump that. Right, and while they're not constantly murdering me, let me use my bandage. Is it not letting me... Oh, am I not actually bleeding? Oh, I see I'm wounded, not bleeding, so therefore I guess I can't use my bandage. Oh, it's the notes to ARMA. Dun, dun, dun. put this down to 100 meters. Oh no, the door's stuck. Definitely need some more AK mags. There should be a lot laying about, just getting them without being killed. I want my pistol. Reload. I'm really liking it, Joshua, but there's not much content in it yet, so it's one of those games that, unless you want to wait through early access, I'd say wait, later before getting it. But I think it's good. It runs a hell of a lot better than ARMA 3 on my PC. Ah, damn it. I won't play any more of this, like, they eventually got me. But, I killed quite a lot of them, in defense of the washing machine. But, in the end they got me. So, yeah, but like I said, this does seem quite good, this. And like I said, there's already people pumping out mods for it, so you're going to get a lot of content from mods, even if the actual updates are pretty slow for it. All Ultra, except it seems the mirror, because that seemed to be really low res when I was driving the car. I don't know if the stream's in 4K, but I am playing it at 4K. But I don't know if the NVIDIA panel actually lets me stream in 4K. It might just be in 1080p or 2K it's streaming in. But yeah, I can run it at 4K, 60 FPS most of the time, with it dipping to 55 FPS now and again on the 3090, which is pretty good actually, because ARMA 3 does not run that well for me, even on like medium settings. Oh, that's cool, Joshua. But anyway, I'll be off, and I will look up for Sky Viper if I remember. The Gisco 107C. Now let me have a quick search on my phone for it. If it's really old, you might be out of luck finding compatible tubes. Yeah, I can find a reference in the National Radiation something catalogue for it. Yeah, it's not coming up with much when I search Gisco 107C. Let me just search Gisco Geiger, see if that gets any results up. I will be off in a minute. Now, so Gisco's a company that made firefighting protective stuff, so it makes sense they'd make Geiger counters, but yeah, unfortunately I can't seem to find much out about them at all. So Denver, Colorado is where they're from. Geographical Instrument and Supply Company. So yeah, I can find out some information on the company, but yeah, I'm assuming if it's not a very common tube, you might be out of luck. But yeah, see everybody, but yeah, like I said, my opinion on this at the moment is I definitely think people who like the ARMA games will like this when there's a lot more content in it. But it seems that people are already pumping out mods on the workshop for it. So I think personally a lot of people will like this, but like a few people said, there seems to be a few server issues at the moment which are a bit annoying. Yeah, I suppose you could do that, Blitz, but it's probably not the best way of accumulating your dose. Anyway, yeah, see everybody, have a good evening, and I should be back to streaming quite regularly now.